Hi everyone, welcome to our fifth episode of Bytes and Banters. Today we are going to diverge into a discussion about something touching to our hearts. Corporate life and this topic is very much hand to hand, goes hand to hand. However, people think that it is different, which is not the case. I have a very special guest today, Mr. Umesh Parshetye.
Hi.
You must be wondering why actually we are wearing the t-shirts. Today we are going to discuss about sports, which is touching our hearts, touching our personal life, professional life, and it goes hand in hand to our corporate life. Umesh Parshetye need no introduction today. He is a very much well-known face in entire IT fraternity and very much well-known face in Mumbai region. Umesh have been my friends in last couple of decades and we know each other very well. Today let us understand from him that how the sports is influencing our personal and our corporate life. Welcome to the show, Umesh.
Thank you, Pratap and Yota, to host me here in Bytes and Banter program and to speak in terms of what you, Pratap, said about what's something which is we are wearing t-shirts, giving in a casual impression, means that we are going to talk about the sports as a passion and how does this passion works out in your personal life and a corporate life and how do you balance it. That's something that we are going to discuss.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Umesh. And to start with, tell me about that the background, the sports, how actually it influenced your personal life, and how do you pursue this sports as your personal thing?
Okay. So sports, it's there since our childhood. We are a Mumbaikar and playing in gully cricket. That's where our sports started of our initial course of our childhood, and that's where we have always carried on along with it, and it becomes an favorite sport is the cricket. That's something every Mumbaikar, a person who lives in Mumbai, loves cricket from the beginning, and that's where our roots of sports or cricket, in terms of whenever we sports, it's cricket comes first, and that's where it comes in the roots of every person, and that's where it starts. And why it is probably important in personal life. Without sports, you don't get motivated.
Yep.
So for you have to have a self-motivation. Sports is the only booster that you need to create that self-motivation. Otherwise, there is so much of Mumbai, there is so much of stress as part of your professional life, personal life, married life, ex-married life, prior married life, whatever you say, college life. Everywhere you always find there is either a study stress or a work stress or a traffic stress when you are coming in Mumbai.
In Mumbai especially.
Going to a restaurant, wait time is a stress time. So every time you always see we are imposing a stress on our own. So how do you probably take care of that? That's something the sports, it always teaches you, and we'll take it forward.
Yeah, great, Umesh. I understand that sports come to you naturally. So you have developed this inherently, or it came up to you naturally?
Yes. So let me tell you where is my life change incident. Until probably till 2015, I used to love cricket, of course, by default. But I am a table tennis player as well. I played for university, represented at college until my college life was there, represented my school, my community, and I used to play good table tennis as a sports person. And till 2015, I was not pursuing much about table tennis because after college, I don't remember I was able to get that hobby into my pursuance. And in 2015, I joined ASK as a company. And I found ASK Group as a company corporate were nurturing marathon as a hobby to pursue. And that's where I started thinking what's marathon, what it is. And the moment I understood there's a marathon which is 42 kilometers, which is a full marathon, half marathon is then 21 kilometers.
Correct.
And the minimum is 10K or 5K. There are types of, but half marathon and full marathon, these are all qualified marathons. 10Ks are, you can say, eligibility towards the marathon races. So I learned about, understood, and I said, can I be able to do it?
Yep. Yeah.
And I am a good athlete in terms of my overall. I used to play cricket almost every week or twice or thrice in a month in my local area. And again, I also pursue my leather cricket game. So once in a month, twice in a month, I used to play the cricket on the leather ball ground as well. The moment I understood marathon is something which is very different, and I took up that challenge. Can I appear for a marathon?
Right.
And that's where my changing of thinking, the mindset change, is very much required.
Very much important for you.
Marathon is a sport, I would say. It requires a lot of perseverance, lot of composition, determination,
Stamina.
and of course stamina, and it requires endurance.
Yeah.
And without endurance, it's something that you cannot. And it's more important that you are finishing line crossing it.
Correct. Correct.
In how much time you cross is not important. It's though important, but not initially. But finishing line and crossing it, it's very much important.
Yeah.
So that's where it started developing the marathon. That I should do marathon. I attempted the marathon in 2016, my first marathon. Not 2016, 2017 to be precise. I started preparation in 2016. And I undergone with the kind of an training which are professional training in terms of how to prepare for a marathon.
Yeah.
Until then, I was not knowing there is a specific way and approach and method that you need to apply for and follow for the marathon. I just did one 5K run in Powai only, IIT, in August. It was a marathon. Initially, I cannot probably take it 10K, 21K, but I attempted for 5K. And to be just being candid enough to tell you, I could not complete even a 1.2 kilometer run in one stretch.
Wow.
And I got exhausted. And I started walking, and even I was not able to walk till I complete the 5 kilometers. Of course, I would have taken maybe 50 minutes or 1 hour kind of a time to just complete 5 kilometers. It's morely on walking side, very merely was on running side or jogging side, I would say. And it actually gave me a false, I would say, confidence that I was having. I will be able to run 5K. But the moment you actually go and attempt onto the track, and that's where you come to know it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It needs a good amount of preparation, good amount of planning, good amount of organizing yourself, your activities, your diet, your daily routines, your workout routines, a lot of things that you need to put across, a lot of components, all those that we talk about in management skills we would have learned in MBAs. These are all skills. How do you probably put up all these skills in this particular sport to make it a success?
Success, absolutely. Yeah.
So this is where I would probably try and mix where you learn your management studies and how do you apply them in your personal goals in life as well, whether it's an athlete, sport, or your hobbies, or your entertainment, or your corporate life. Any portion of your life, it's personal, professional, whichever goals. How do you probably apply all these principles and methods and then make it more successful?
Yes.
So I'll stop here because this is where my journey has started. And
yeah, sure. I'll take it. Like Umesh, you said that marathon you have taken of late, but I know you cricket के लिए कुछ भी करेगा. I know when actually we are playing the Yota cricket match in Mumbai and then different cities, you were the captain in one of the team, and I think your team won the match in Mumbai region. Yes. So I know the passion or your attitude towards the cricket, positivity towards the team building, people. So those things actually I could remember today, and it is basically giving us a lot of thrust on that, so that sports is taken into a different level altogether. Okay, that is fantastic. I come to my second question saying that sports truly teaches some lifelong skills.
Yes.
Correct? Now, in what way do you think that the discipline and teamwork learned in sports will help you in your corporate life?
Yeah, very, very important. So, right, Pratap, how does this teamwork or the organizing skills, which we generally, or team building skills in sports, how do you is helpful in your corporate life as well? So, what I would probably say, likewise, you said, I am a very, of course, a cricket lover and keep on playing and played many corporate as well as inter-corporate kind of tournaments. And we won YOTA cricket 2023, the last season that we played in Powai only.
Yep.
And I remember the team that I got, I had very varied team, very few players that I played with them. So team building, I'll come on team building. The way that I lead as a team, whether it's in sports or corporate, what I try and always do, who are who. I do my study, I do my planning before getting into the actual sport. So we do a lot of, I would say, an analysis, which player has what kind of strengths, weakness, what are they, who are they, map their skill sets to the role which is required for the sport that you are going to play. In this, we were playing the cricket, which is a box cricket turf on the turf. So we identified who are the players who are best bowling, best batsmen, who are best fielders, who are best all-rounders. And we assigned a specific, I would say I did that mapping of the skill sets of the people with respect to the role which is required. And we had a prior team building meeting before the actual game happened, which actually created a bond to create with the team players who are very new to us, but at least during our discussion, during our assessment on the ground to test them, we got who are having good amount of real touch in the game, who are having less touch in the game. How do we probably accommodate them, certain people? And this particular prior study, a prior assessment, working with them, playing few practice game with them, actually created a bond. That's what I probably always try and do. And the moment you create a bond prior to the game and you know each other, you probably give them what's your role, what are you going to do for this particular tournament. That makes them very clear about their execution strategy. I do not do a micromanagement. So what player should do what, we don't try and, but I don't try and do that.
Correct.
And I always give their role, this is your role, this is your responsibility, this is what that you need to execute and perform on the ground, and you do it on your way.
Delegation.
Delegate and live with them with their own skill set and their execution skill set. Let them drive it. This is what it helps to push them to perform individually to the excellence. When you have collective excellence coming up from every team member, ultimately the team is going to win.
Absolutely.
So that's the mantra that I
winning the team is most important.
Winning the team is most important.
Yeah.
And I do not do, though that I am a captain in that particular game or tournament, but I don't do those captainship onto the ground. I always leave every person, they are their own captains, and they have to take their decisions to the betterment of the team. They do it, and that's what the result comes, whatever it is, doesn't matter whether we succeed, whether we fail, but as a team, we have to succeed. That's more important.
Excellent. Okay, Umesh, I understand that in the corporate life, when the sports go in hand, every employer try to impute some kind of sports in their employee's life.
Yep.
May it be work-life balance, or it may be stress buster, or even the goal settings. Correct? That is what actually every organization I have been worked with or I've been working with, or you must have also gone through this experience, that they try to infuse some kind of sports, games into our life. Do you think that what specific skills or values from sports have been the most useful to you in navigating corporate challenges?
So, any challenge is not a different challenge, whether it's a corporate challenge or sports challenge. Ultimately, the moment you accept the challenge to compete yourself, it's competition ultimately. When you are working for a corporate, there are internal competition to perform better as a department, as a team player, as an employee. Plus, as a company within across the industry, you always try our company to compete. In a similar way, at the individual sport level, you compete yourself with yourself. You don't compete with others.
Yep.
But as a team, you compete with other team members.
Yep.
That's how we probably try and take as a clue and probably join together these of the thesis. Very, very important. I'll take a example of marathon again. Since then, 2017, I have completed almost every TMM, Tata Mumbai Marathon, or the earlier Stancy Marathon I am running. The coming year, I am going to miss due to my issues with respect to my preparation. I am not able to prepare myself, hence I am going to miss the January 2025 Mumbai Marathon. But otherwise, every marathon except the COVID marathon I have attended for last 6-7 marathons that I have attended. What marathon teaches us as a person, that how does the endurance, how does the strengths and weaknesses to know by yourself beforehand, and how do you prepare to counter them? How do you utilize your strength to the maximum fullest? What are your weaknesses that you identify? How do you probably counter them, take care of them, and have a complementing actions to take care of your weakness? These are the two principles that I have always planned. So when you do a best of your planning, when you do best of the foundational root basements, it is very unlikely that you are going to fail.
Yep.
So your success ratio is always going to be on higher side. Even though if you fail, you would probably know which areas that you got failures. The moment you get to know which areas that you failed, how do you probably overcome them in your next challenges?
Correct.
That's something, is a learning that everyone has to take out of it. And when you lose in sports, you don't curse, why did I lose? Indirectly,
somebody has to win, somebody has to lose it. No, it's a game.
Any competition has to be a winner and loser. But the loser and a winner both has to again go back to their table, go to the whiteboard, identify what went wrong, what went right, how do you take care of what went wrong, who is going to take care of what, is there any individual, is there any skill, is there any talent which is actually creating a gap which is not giving you the full capacity of a throttle to win. So how do you probably focus on those areas? All these are skill set you have to apply to in
sports as well.
Yes, 100%. And if you continue to run your hobby, whichever frequency, it's weekly, monthly, whatever frequency that you do, the moment you do your sports hobby pursuing on a frequent basis, on a continuous basis, it allows you to get onto the ground, put into a strategy, execute a strategy, learn out of it, repeat it again, and create that consistency and persistent approach, how you can still win at every point of time.
I'll take it from here, like what actually you said there, the consistency is the most important thing. Because I also have seen in my life, that you must have experienced it, that most of the people, they start and they leave it in between because they don't have a determination to reach to the goal. And most probably, people do not define their goal, that where they want to reach. And that's the reason why they fail or they live in between kind of thing, and they don't succeed in their life. Do you think that, or you believe that the mind shift change is very important for a person to be determined to achieve the goal, either in personal life or in the corporate life?
100%. If I tell you, everything starts from your mind. Every action starts from your mind. You have to condition, you have to format your mind towards the goal and the objective that you want or desire to achieve. The moment you start everything with your mindset, and when you start organizing yourself, putting across its plan, strategy, preparation, mock trials, testing, on-ground performance, situation handling, conflict resolution, keeping calm, not panicking. There's so many skills which sports make you learn. How do you take these skill sets in every challenge that you do at the sports as well as your corporate life, it's 100% complementing. I'm
Correct.
telling you.
Correct.
You need not to have any other management skills to learn if you learn a best of sports management skills.
Great.
How do you handle the
Yeah,
sport
yeah,
on the ground, on the battlefield?
I think the message is very clear from Umesh, saying that no, we have to be determined in our way actually wanted to do what we wanted to achieve or what we want to do, and be remain in that focus in that path for a long time to gain the sustainability. Very important.
I'll just put another concept. The resiliency is very, very important.
Yes.
In a sport, I would tell that you generally take a sprint. When you do a 100-meter, 200-meter athlete run, you take a sprint. So understanding of sprint and understanding of marathon, both are very different skill set, different talent, and different approach method to take.
Yeah.
You must know in required sport or a required corporate life, which is the method or which is the strategy that you are going to apply. Whether you are going to apply a sprint strategy or whether you are going to apply a marathon, endurance, a long-standing strategy,
Yeah.
which is going to give you a good amount of capacity to run for a longer period of time. So you do not do sprint there. You actually preserve your energy, you preserve your capacity, and you execute them in a channelized, in a regulated manner.
Regulated manner.
It's regulated manner. But
Great.
but in a sprint, you just thirst out your entire energy for that distance to cover and you get exhausted.
Exactly, I remember when actually I listened to Saurabh Ganguly when actually speaking in one of our CIO forum. He said that studying is something very easy because you know that this is what is written, this is what has been described, and you have to learn from your books, and that is very easy. But in sports, every day is a challenge. Every day is some new scenario because you do not know, there is no defined way, and you have to have mentally, physically be prepared for that.
Correct.
That is something actually I learned from him. I think great spokesman, and he is a great sportsman as well. So I think a lot of learning from these people.
100%. I was witness to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Umesh, thank you for your detail. And now we come to a rapid fire
Okay.
round. And you ready for that?
I am ready. Go ahead.
What is your favorite sport?
Cricket and table tennis.
I was expecting that. Cricket must be your favorite game. I understand that. And what about your workout? Like you also do workout.
I
You
do
prefer
always
morning workout or evening workout?
Morning workout always.
Always.
Always morning.
You get up early in the morning?
Yes.
What time?
I get up at 5:36.
Wow. That's great. And who is your inspirational athlete?
MS Dhoni.
MS Dhoni, cricket again.
Cricket.
Helicopter shot.
Not only helicopter shot, I always love and get inspiration from him. He always passes yo-yo test with the best of the marks, I would say.
Yeah.
That's the fitness test.
Fitness. Okay. And the best way to stay motivated?
Start your day with the sport or a workout. Your always entire day is going to be motivated. Don't lose out on your workout or your favorite sport to play every day. You'll always get self-motivated.
Yeah. You prefer corporate world or sports arena for your sports?
Sports arena.
Sports arena. Physically. Wow. And you also read some books, I understand from your biography. Book you recommend to personal growth?
Who Moved My Cheese?
Wow. That is my favorite too. Success is what? Talent or hard work?
It's more about talent complementing with the required hard work.
And which sports taught you the most about resilience?
Marathon.
Understand. Great. Thank you very much for your insight given on the sports and correlating it to our day-to-day life in corporate life. I think, guys, we have a lot of learning from Umesh. He has said about that how actually you should determine for your what actually you wanted to do. You should set your goal and apply the mindset of the sports in our corporate life. It will definitely take out to success. Thank you, Umesh. Thanks a lot for coming in and sharing our thoughts, processes with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratap and Yotta, to host me here to speak from the heart, from the mind directly on this required subject. And thank you for the hospitality and the connection that you gave me, and inspired to create more inspiration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys, and stay tuned to our next episode of Bytes and Banter. Till then, see you again.